What's up, everyone, and welcome back to All United PNG. My name is Nims, and like always, we're here to chat all things Manchester United. So, how's everyone doing? How's your weekend been? To all the PNG Manchester United supporters, I hope you all are well. I hope you are taking care of yourself. Um, so first up today, we just got a few transfer rumors that we're going to discuss, and I'm going to tell you what's true and what's bullshit and what you should be looking out for and what you shouldn't worry about. So I'm going to let you know all that good shit right here, right now. All right, let's get into it. So first name on our list, like always, is Jadon Sancho. So there's fresh reports that come out of Germany, out of the Sports Bill, that are claiming that Real Madrid and, excuse me, whew. So Real Madrid and Barcelona are in the race for the young English attacker as well. So, United fans shouldn't get too worried just yet because United are still the favourites as the potential destination for the young attacker. Now, however, it goes with saying that Dortmund are only looking for a cash offer from the player, but both Spanish giants are willing to do a player-for-player swap. Now, we all know that these clubs are rich clubs and they're huge clubs, but with um, recent things that have been going on, obviously the pandemic and how it's affected Europe so much. I don't think that these clubs have a lot of cash to spend. That's why they're offering their players now. So, it's really up to Dortmund what they want, and yeah, whether or not they want cash or they want a player in return. But I think Borussia Dortmund are really just looking for a cash offer. So I think this leaves United still, in pole position to, get Sancho. And I think that the club just needs to put a really good offer in for the player. All right, next on our list is Harry Kane. So there have been fresh links linking Harry Kane with a 150 to 200 mil pound 200 mil move to Manchester United. Now, I think that is bullshit, and I think that's crazy. I mean, 200 mil for an injured Harry Kane, that's a big risk. We all know that strikers, after they come out from injury, especially like terrible big long injuries like the one Harry's in, they tend to take longer to get back to where they were, and some of them don't even reach those levels again. They just go down. So it's a huge risk putting or spending that much money on Harry Kane. Without a doubt, Harry Kane is a phenomenal player and he's done fantastic things. But I just think that the money could be spent in other players. You could buy at least 3-4 players. You could pay release clauses off. You could bring big name first team players in. And we need players in other parts of the team as well. We need that depth. So this would be perfect for a squad rebuild, and I don't see United spending that much money just on one player. Then again, I just think that it's just all talk from the media, especially after Oli said a few things on Sky Sports about United taking advantage of the market, and then recently Ed Woodward coming back out again and saying that yes, the pandemic will cause curveballs in the market. However, United will still be competing. It just goes to show that Ed was just trying to come out and cover some of the things that Oli said, just on a whole business side of things. You don't want to go out telling clubs that yeah, we've got money and we're gonna be taking advantage of your situation. You still want to play your cards right, and so Ed's come out, and I understand that on a business side of things and what he said, but he's also said that he's backing the manager, which is great to hear. And that money can be spent in other parts, and bringing in younger talent, and developing prospects. I just think that this Harry Kane link is just crap, and it will not go through him. All right, next then is Dayot Upamecano once again. I spoke about him in my last video. So there was fresh links with him to Manchester United. However, recently now there are talks about the player signing a new contract, and there's also talks about Bayern Munich interested in the young centre back. So more links, more stories coming up. However, out of the three that we spoke about, I think only two are likely to happen. I think it's just either a new contract or a move to Bayern Munich. Honestly, I don't see the player coming to the Premier League just yet. And I don't think Manchester United are taking as much interest in the centre back as they would if they were gonna buy him. So I think you know it's definitely not a move to the Premier League anytime soon. So maybe either one or the other two things are likely to happen. So Deote and Promocano to United, I think is not a good chance now. So moving on, the next player on the cards is Eduardo Camavinga. Now this is a young 17-year-old centre defensive midfielder. He plays in the French league. Now he was linked with United just a few hours ago, and then there's another fresh report just come out stating that the player is staying and he's not going anywhere. So he's going to snub off Real Madrid and Manchester United, and he's going to remain in France. So yet again, links, articles, everything's coming out saying players are going, players are staying. So who knows what's happening now? But I honestly think that if United were interested in this player, he would be great because he fits the mold, and he fits what Ole's going to. Could he possibly be a replacement for Jude Bellingham? He could be a sort of Dan James signing where we bring a young forward in or a young player in and develop him and make him one of ours. But at the minute, no, I don't think there's anything concrete and nothing else to say about him. Moving on, we have Moussa Dembele. Now Moussa Dembele he's a striker that I like, and I like his playing style. So the MEN have come out and stating that United are closely monitoring the French forward. Although there's at the bottom of the report, this is a funny one because at the bottom of the report it goes on to say that although close sources with the player strongly suggest that both parties have not been in contact. So this one is really a 50-50 one. We don't know if the club is in contact with the player. Strong sources near the player saying there hasn't been any contact. So I don't think there's much to this just yet. I think it's just journalists trying to write another story. And I think it's all bullshit. But please let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about the players I just mentioned. So Harry Kane, Upamecano, and Camavinga, and Moussa Dembele. What you think of them, and would you like to see them at Manchester United? So I'd like to hear your thoughts. All right, that was the ins and the outs. We only have one, and that's Dean Henderson. So Sheffield United are keen on loaning our goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, for another season, but United are sort of wanting a fee this time around because at the minute Sheffield are only paying for the players' wages. That's all good, but I think this time because United are seeing their asset develop and becomes of great value to the club, to Sheffield. So I think they're just trying to put a loan fee in for the lad, and trying to say that if you want to take him, you pay his wages, but you also got to pay a fee to us now. So that's what's happening at the minute. There's also talks that United are keen on replacing David De Gea and making Dean Henderson their number one. At the minute, I'm not too sure. I don't think Dean Henderson is at that level of David De Gea yet. And the fan base is really split because a lot of people are saying that David De Gea hasn't been himself for the last two seasons. And that's fair. Fair to say that his performances have been up and down and haven't been as consistent as he has been. But that also goes to say that David De Gea is world class. And, if we choose David De Gea over Dean Henderson, and if David De Gea gets sold or whatever happens to De Gea, how easy will it be, or how difficult can it be, or how easy will it be for us to replace someone like David De Gea? It's just someone who's world class. Like, no disrespect to Dean Henderson, but I just don't think that he's at that level yet, and I think that he should go out on another season of loan, and then come back and then see where he's at. But for me, I think David De Gea is still Manchester United's number one, and I think that he's just world class, And we can't get any better than David De Gea, and not for a decent price too. So I think Dean Henderson to leave Manchester United, I think on loan, but not permanently. So I think he'll still go out on loan at Sheffield United, and he may potentially be up for the United number one shirt in the coming years. But at the minute, for me, it's David De Gea. He's United's number one. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you through. And I'll see you guys on our next video. Peace.